What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, that might be The Princess Diaries.
How long have you been teaching at Cleveland Middle School?
This is my 30th year in Cleveland. I taught for 28, 10 at the high school, 18 here, and then, of course, I was the assistant principal last year and this year.
What is a different subject you would like to teach?
Oh, well, I taught mathematics, and I love doing that, but I at one time thought about teaching history.
What was your goal in life as a kid?
You know, as long as I could remember, I always wanted to be a teacher. At one point in time, I thought about doing youth ministry and working with youth in a church, but still with kids, so teaching's it.
Where did you think you would be as a kid?
Man, I'm not sure. I don't know that I thought about it a whole lot other than I just thought I'd be like the teachers that I saw and knew and loved.
How do you plan for this year to end?
How do I plan for this year to end? Well, I hope that I have no more students who have to come to the office. That would be my favorite thing to happen. And that everybody would have a great year, learn so much, and be excited about what's happening in the classes.
What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Well, I love to snow ski. And so not so much, I don't do this quite as much now, but when I was younger, I loved to go through the trees and hit jumps. And then I got to the point where I was afraid I was going to break a leg, and it hurt a lot more when I fell, so I quit doing that. But that's probably the most adventure I've had.
And finally, what made you want to work in Cleveland school districts?
So I was young and right out of college, and I applied to 5 different districts. I came here and interviewed. It was the only place I actually interviewed, and it just felt like the right place to be. I love the people. Mr. Ward, who's the counselor at the high school now, at the time he was the principal at the high school, and that's who hired me. And it just felt like the right place to be. So I didn't think I'd stay that long, but I have, and here I am.
Thank you for working at Cleveland Middle School.
Thank you.
What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I absolutely love the movie I, Robot with Will Smith.
How long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching 6 years, all in Cleveland, America.
What is a different subject you'd like to teach?
A different subject that I would like to teach would be reading. I love reading. Reading's awesome. Everybody should read.
What was your goal in life as a kid?
My goal in life as a kid was to play college sports, not professional. I wanted to play college sports.
How do you plan for this year to end?
With everybody having a fantastic year, including myself.
What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Most adventurous thing I've ever done? I drove to Florida, 16-hour car ride with 5 people in the car. And as non-adventurous as that may seem, it was very adventurous.
And finally, what made you want to work at CMS?
I needed a job, and they hired me, so here I am.
Thank you, Coach Mac.
Thank you, guys.
It's amazing.
What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is probably The Color Purple because I can relate to the main character in a lot of ways. Even though it is sad and takes place over a long time, a lot of those things I can relate to.
How long have you been teaching for?
This is the start of my 22nd year.
What is a different subject you'd like to teach?
A different subject I'd like to teach that I've never taught would probably be science because I have taught English, spelling, reading, math, geography, U.S. history, but I haven't never taught science except for at the elementary level.
What was your goal in life as a kid?
I've always known since I was 3 years old that I was going to be a teacher, so I've never had any other goal. But yeah, my first memory is coloring with crayons and pretending to play school.
Do you think you would have been a teacher when you were a kid?
Definitely. I've never steered away from that in any way. I've always known I was going to go into education.
How do you plan for this year to end?
I'd like this year to end on a good note. I'd like everybody to be able to attend every day that they can. I don't really look forward to having to do distance learning or mask or deal with COVID all year. I would like for it to be as normal as possible. I'd like every student to be successful, make as best of the grades that they can, learn something, not focus on drama or grades and be anxious about it. I just would like everybody to be successful and be organized.
What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Probably sneaking off to Mexico when I was 21 and crossing the border and not telling my parents where I was for 4 days. But that's a whole nother story.
And finally, what made you want to work at Cleveland Middle School?
My children were attending when they started in kindergarten, and there was a spot open, and I was ready to get out of TPS because it was draining me, and it was a long drive, and I had seen and heard a lot of great things about Cleveland Middle School, and I was ready to go back to middle school teaching because I was getting burnt out at the elementary level. So
We appreciate you, Ms. Price. Thank you for working at Cleveland Middle School.
thank